Today I'm back to working on my Roblox RPG PixelBlade. In the last video I created the entire game since the old code sucked, but now I can work on some sick features. So for that I'm going to add some dungeons. So first off, what is my dungeon actually going to be about and what's it going to have in? Well, my Sigmas, I already thought of it all. In the last video there's some big ass beehive. Well, in short, that's the dungeon. So we already have some bees and hornets. That's not enough enemies. I think there's some random buff bee, maybe even a ranged enemy like a mage bee. So to start with, let's get the lobby system done. So here we have it. It registers when you join and counts down. Now it's time to actually start coding the actual dungeon.
What the hell?
I want it to be randomized, and here's a prototype. This is just a test and design. It would not look like this, I swear. Now I started to run into my first problem. The more rooms I added, the more it started bugging out and colliding with each other, and even making the dungeon unbeatable since it's blocked off. I was able to mostly fix this by just spawning apart where the room's meant to be. But now it's actually time to create some nice looking rooms. I created a bunch of assets and made these. So here we have it. We got some bridge room. There's just some small basic room. And hold up, the lights spin. That's sick, right? So I removed the old dungeon rooms and added the new ones in, and let's load it up. And yeah, somehow it fucking spawns sideways. I don't even know how this happens, but whatever. But hold up, forget about the dungeons for a second. Whilst I was cooking the dungeons up, I paid some guy to make this clean AF UI, bro. Trying to tell me this doesn't look like a massive improvement. Also got some quest UI, but you'll probably see that next video. You might have noticed some eggs earlier in the video. Well, guess what? To spice this dungeon up, enemies going to spawn out of them. So I created that up and here it is. Anyway, I wanted to create some more enemies just to see how they work when spawning out of the egg. And well, I couldn't even rig it, it's just straight up bugging, blaming it on the bees. But anyway, here he is in all his might, the Guardian Bee. Pretty rad, right? Now, I want to make a new type of enemy. We already got the charging and poison ones, but I need more. So it's time for a mage. So I made a mage hat and threw it onto the bee. And well, clearly he didn't like that because he started spazzing out on the floor. But anyway, let's make him shoot at you now. I want it to be fireball, so let's just steal the code and just shove it inside the bee. And yeah, surprise, surprise, it didn't work. It sounds lovely though, take a listen. So yeah, I ended up just recoding the fireball spell, and here we have it. A working mage bee, not too bad if you ask me. But anyway, back to the dungeons. I've been running into errors over and over, but it's starting to work better and better, so let's just make some more rooms. So we got some long basic hallway, an even longer hallway filled with eggs, a fountain room, some parkour room, and if you fall in it's instant death, a showdown room where if you fall it's still instant death. Then we got the starter room, and finally, the boss room. It's big as hell, starts with some egg room, then you have to like get your way through, and then you can fight the boss. And now the dungeon is looking pretty good. So I'd say it's time to put some enemies in there. So I placed some purple things to make enemies spawn on them. Now we have a pretty much playable dungeon. I mean, take a look at this. Try and tell me this ain't fire. But it can't be a dungeon without a boss, right? There's one last enemy from the old version of PixelBlade that I haven't took yet, and that's the werewasp. So here he is. Pretty scary, right? I wasn't sure what to make this guy's special move, so I just made him spin around and basically just whip you with his wings. Also, his hitbox is a bit OP right now. And here he is finished. I think it turned out nicely. I nerfed his hitbox as well. You might remember two items from the last video, the Beekeeper weapon and the Blessed Wings. Well, this guy drops them. I mean, the Beekeeper weapon is sick. You can legit shoot bees out of your hand. Now for this next part, we're gonna go back in time real quick. What you're looking at is the very old version of PixelBlade, pretty much. This is Pixel RPG. Anyway, this game also has dungeons, coded in a shit way, but there is something special about these dungeons. Whenever you get to the boss there's a 3% chance for it to be golden. It was basically like a shiny Pokemon. But anyway, it would be way stronger and it would drop gold versions of the items. So I decided to bring that back with PixelBlade. So here we have the Golden Werewasp. His special ability does so much damage, it's crazy. And along with that, we have the Golden Blessed Wings and the Golden Beekeeper. These are easily the best items in the game right now. And now it's time for the stage of depression. So each time the dungeon loads in, it lags the entire game, and I'm starting to realize that, hey, maybe I should have made it teleport you to a different game instead. Won't lie, I was ready to retire, but it turns out it wasn't that bad. Emo Saga is over, it works perfectly fine, and I even made this little place. For some reason in this new place, the Hornets decided to go Hornet.exe mode. Fuck knows why, but I fixed that quite quickly. Oh yeah, I should probably make the Guardian Bee and Mage Bee drop something, so here we have it. We've got the Hive Bat and the Mage Hat. They're pretty basic, but It's fine. Mage Hat is sick. Having just one boss be able to spawn in the dungeon is kinda ass, so let's make it 2. I've created another boss, which is the Queen Bee. It's so annoying to beat though, bro. I decided to make its ability where it hides in an egg and heals like 700 health. If you don't have a good weapon, you're never killing it, bro. Trust me, I've been there. It sucks. But yeah, the Queen Bee needs to drop something, so I decided to make it drop a spell. So here we have it, the first heal spell. You trap yourself in an egg and just heal in there for a bit. Naturally, we need gold versions, so here's the golden Queen Bee. It was way too difficult, so like, good luck beating that. Then I made a golden version of the spell. This gives a really nice amount of health, so you probably won't die for a long time. Now, one last thing I wanted to do was make it so the player can see the dungeon loading, so I made this status board, and it is low-key lit. You probably noticed the new inventory button as well. It looks so much better, right? You probably also noticed the weapon too. That's the great sword, you'll see that next video. And with that, I've basically done everything I want to do for this video. We have a playable dungeon with bosses and plenty of rewards. For the next video, I want to make weapon classes and just change how the weapons function overall. Just trust me, I'll cook. But thanks for watching this video. Join the Discord so you can vote and suggest your own features, and pretty please subscribe. Adios.